I hate how long chemical plants take to make. Some of the big structures, I'm just like, well, I got all the components for you, but you just are not a convenient person. Um. Okay, what do explosives need? Sulfur. Sulfur needs water and petroleum?
Have fun, Wanderbot. Oops. Wait.
Water and petroleum. So you said you said of course that you've started playing Mars Warlogs and freaking yes, whatever. Uh you've
You
started
can't
playing
stop now.
Technomancer. No, I can't. But so um so what did you think of the first boss? I had opinions
It
on
seemed
it.
to not have an AI at all.
Yeah, did it just kind of stand around stomping?
Yeah, I just kind of stood around stomping nothing, and
I
I hung out and just destroyed it because
yeah,
I just shot lightning at it over and over again.
I saw that you had mentioned that and I was just like, shit, this works. Cause I tried meleeing it and it murdered me and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna stand back here. And it turned around and started just like wailing on a fence and I'm like, huh. Righty then.
But Technomancer has the same problem some of the other games I've been playing lately seem to have, which is that like games like Anima and stuff like that, where they they seem to have this hard on for being Dark Souls hard. So everything hits you super hard, and you have to avoid absolutely anything to ever avoid not dying. But the attacks aren't super well telegraphed, so it's not like Dark Souls good. So it's just hard for the sake of hard, but awkward and not very well implemented.
Yes.
But then but then the games also have magic of some kind or some kind of range attack, and that range attack completely breaks every enemy half the time because the games it's like they never anticipated you might use the other thing they put in the game, which is extra baffling in the case of Technomancer because it's literally called Technomancer, and the thing that defines Technomancer is they can use these lightning powers. But the game acts like you're hacking it when the moment you start using any lightning powers. Like they expected you just to punch everything till it died. I'm like, but you made it. You made this game, Technomancer. Like it was your fault. Why did you not plan around this? Yeah, like I'm playing Anima and Technomancer, and I've constantly encountering opponents that seem to in no way acknowledge the fact that you have ranged attacks in a game where that's a big part of the game. Like in Anima's case, you have two characters, one who specializes in melee and one who specializes in range. Melee character gets stomped left and right constantly by anything, by like dying in 3 hits and getting obliterated. And the range character can just kite everything and do massive attacks and win the game like it's no big deal. It's like, what is this design? Really weird. It's a weird design sensibility where they're trying so hard to be hard that they mostly but they're not good at making difficulty, so they just make the game super punishing for melee characters, which just incentivizes using melee. But then they program the whole game around melee, so the game's basically disincentivizing the primary gameplay mechanic that the game is built around you using.
Yeah.
And it's fascinating to watch in action.
It just always sucks on my end because I like melee. I find magic
yeah.
systems in a lot of video games to be wildly uninteresting.
Like Bound by Flame was literally the game that set up my precedent for a while, where if I encountered a game where it looked like the melee might kind of suck, like as in like not be that very fun or not be very fair, I just immediately go to ranged. Like that's how I do Witcher, that's how I do Anima, and that's how I'm doing the follow up to their previous game because they're the ones that set up that precedent for me in the first place. Just knowing that fear of like, oh, it's gonna be a painful experience to play melee in this game. I know from their last game. And this game, this isn't a company that learns, I'm pretty sure. And I don't think they did.
No, they don't. They never do. They never have.
Yeah, I would recommend just give up Wander and learn to love the chain lightning. I know I have.
You have chain lightning? It always
Yes,
just like was
it's
kind
so
of
good.
like 2 shots for me.
Yeah, one of the first upgrades is lets it chain to other enemies.
Oh. Well, yeah, that'd be
And so
pretty
like
good.
I was fighting those bugs in the first area, and I would just clear out a whole room of bugs in like one button press because it would just chain to all of them. I'm like, well, this is great. I don't have to run around smashing bugs.
That's
I have to skin
annoying.
them all one by one, which is kind of awful. But aside from that,
Yeah, the skinning
less
is annoying
hassle.
because you're not even sure if like it's like can I even like interact with this thing? Like, is this one skinnable? And I think they're all skinnable, but there's no obvious metric for being able to do so until you like get close to them and get the little prompt.
Yeah, I've only been to the first zone, so I've only for me there's only one enemy type, so it's skinnable. That's my only point of reference so far. Then there's the humans, which I guess you can drain and kill them, which is and I'm sure that's the game's morality system or something, because the whole first game was about being good or evil in a very, like, very obviously Fable sort of way. There we go. I've successfully depleted the entire situation with the hopper. The good news is I should be able to then just tell... I should now be able to tell the train to just come in here, and it'll just drop off a huge amount of... Oh! Huge amount of copper plate. It is not safe to drive this vehicle around here. See how it goes. Have to go to these two spots. Stop for about 60 seconds. Alright. Watch this in action. Ow. Working.
Okay.
Oh, right. I don't have a loop, so it's going to have to go all the way to the... So it's such a mess that my train currently has to go all the way to the other copper mine, turn around and come back, and then stop here. So it has to drive like 3 times as far.
For the
It
record,
works for now.
good luck finding my good luck finding the explosives chest. It is hidden as hell. Oh god.
Wander, look at this victory.
Uh
Look at this victory. Look at all this. Look at all these plates coming in.
where the hell are you? And oh yeah, there they come.
They're coming off the train.
Yeah.
Coming from the other base. So now I just need to scale it up so this thing can constantly fill up. Because
Yeah.
the train's not full all the way because it's...
Well, I mean,
I don't have quite enough smelters.
here's your other problem. We have no use for any of it.
Well, no, the problem is... The point is to keep upscaling because we're going to need more of it ultimately.
True, but like, look at our
'Cause
normal copper line here.
Yeah,
Which is
but Wander was...
disrupted?
The thing is, like, Bird was getting ready to... the point is Bird was getting ready to increase, like, we were going to make electric engines and stuff like that constantly.
Yeah, understandable.
Like, we haven't started building stuff because part of the issue is that you and I have almost exclusively been working on upscaling our base of our input. So for a little while now, no one's been actually increasing our usage of stuff. That should change soon. Because now you should have a bunch of iron coming in if your stuff's been working properly, and I have a ton of copper coming in. So we'll be able to just add all this to the system, basically. Things will be a-okay. I mean, these are just the basic building blocks of the entirety of this game, ultimately, is copper and iron, so having massive influxes are going to make everything possible from this point out. But I think we've hit the point now where no one's added more to the end of the chain for a while, so I think it's just a whole bunch of boxes that are full. Is basically what our base amounts to right now. So everything being built everywhere is full.
Keith, I want you to just come here and look at how just awful this is, and how little choice I have in this situation.
What are you doing? Oh, right.
Find the explosives chest. I dare you to not use alt.
Why would I do that? That's a terrible idea. I haven't turned off alt in like 10 hours.
I press it every once in a while out of like weird habit, because
you turn it off on accident,
You've
or
gone the
you
wrong
turn
way.
it on accident.
You can't even find me, can you? You were standing next to me.
Oh, you're up top. Yeah, I see it. It's next to the sulfur. I see it. It's next to the sulfur.
Yeah, I know. It's just like how badly cramped I had to like shove all this in because the
Yeah, to the point
alternative
where things are
was-
going backwards.
Yeah. Well, I've got these like 2 awkward coal offshoots and like a whole custom sulfur thing because the
We
alternative
could
was
literally just delete that whole thing of copper.
we really could and we probably should. Let's deal with that later.
One of the benefits of what I'm doing right now is that we have a massive off-site copper processing location.
Yeah,
So
then we never have
as
to...
it goes up in scale, we won't even have like we could potentially remove everything related to copper in this base right now and just have one giant influx of plates coming in all the time. That would be great.
Why don't I remake the coal mine? I actually kind of like just how the coal mine looks, and I don't really want to touch it. Just because it's one of the only, like, non-cramped places in the base, even though fixing it would fix all of our problems. And we might actually also do better if we just shipped in the coal from elsewhere, too. And turned the entire base into a processing area for pre-made resources.
I mean, ultimately, that's the goal, is to have this place be the place where everything gets built and used. And just have all the resources come from the outside, because
come to think of it,
resources are everywhere.
Next time we play, can you move your entire solar thing to the middle of the desert?
I could. It would suck, but I could.
I mean, really, we could just I mean, you probably have hundreds of solar panels in a chest somewhere, right?
Probably, if that thing's still crafting solar panels.
Yeah, because we could just set...
There's also the hundreds we could pick up and
yeah,
just move somewhere else.
It's just a matter of, like, to
like,
some
you could
degree...
even do it, too. Like, it's literally as simple as they have to have electricity.
Oh, well, that'd be easy enough.
If there's a pole in range, like any other building, then they provide electricity to that system. And if that system's attached to the rest of our base, then it provides energy to our base, which takes the energy to those glowing accumulators you see over there.
Yeah. So how about next time we play, we take all of our copper and iron production and move it off site?
That'd be nice.
That shit, like, these dumb lines right here are awful. Do we even need these steam engines for anything?
They are what powers our base when our accumulators fail us, which I don't know. I haven't checked to see if that has happened for a long time, but it was at one point.
Okay, we should probably scale that up a bit.
Oh yeah, right now our production and consumption are full meters, which I believe... well, it gets confusing when the accumulators are being taken into account. So what's confusing is, like, there's no... I don't think this game has a clock, really. So right now, if you look at the power, you can see the accumulator capacity slowly draining. It's third green meter at the top of the network information. And it's basically a race against time, whether that maxes out or the sun comes up first. Because all night long, our solar energy provides 0 energy, and the accumulators that stored up during the day are trying to make us last through the night. So it basically just comes down to just building a ton of solar and a ton of accumulators till we don't need them anymore. That's about it.
Okay. Maybe we should just get drones. I don't know. Problem is, I don't know what to do with myself at this point because I literally have no idea what's next because I've never had to do it on my own. So it's like, research-wise, it's like, power armor? Rocket silo?
I mean, I absolutely want to do drones. Do we even have purple research?
I don't know. I don't even know where that is on the tab. Like, where's
yeah,
purple?
looking at our influx, we do not have purple.
Well, we don't have.
I mean,
any
our science.
in.
I'm talking about our science bottles. We don't have any science that's purple.
Yeah.
So we literally can't research anything right now. Everything's purple. If you look at any of them, the requirements are purple.
I assume all I need is a assembly machine and alien tech.
Probably.
Okay.
I think that's about all it takes. I'll just look at our screen for it, really. Yep, 1 alien artifact turns into 10 alien science packs, and we have like 500 or 1,000 purple alien artifacts, so we're set for life already.
That part's
kind of silly.
You wanna tell me where those are? Do you know?
It's on our go straight right. There's a crate that has a purple circle on it. You literally follow the tracks you're already on straight to the right, and just keep going right past the plastic and everything, and you'll just see a crate with purple.
Okay, because I'm gonna just slap it.
Which
down
track
now.
do you want it on? You're gonna want to build it on the other side.
Am I? me figure out. Let me figure out where our blue's coming from, because Bird fucked up our blue.
Yeah, no, I know where our blue is. I can see it. The blue's on the bottom track. Because I can see from where it is, because there's still blue on the track next to the science machines.
But
so
oh yeah, that's paired up with green. You're right.
Yeah. So you want them to be coming from up here. You basically want the track to like feed. Basically, want the track to feed in.
Yeah, I got an idea. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna reroute the red up, and then over.
Oh. That's your way of making it come out on the other end?
Yeah.
And my solution was going to be to have a separate track for the purples, and then have that feed directly into the red over here, and they'd be on the right side too. They both do the same
like
thing.
one of the biggest open spaces that we have available right now.
Yeah, they both lead to the exact same result.
Yep. I'm just gonna do a chest with the purple science and move it over. Okay. Let's see. So I'll go find.
So much power.
Science. Yes. Oh shit! We can make productivity modules right now. I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah, we can make everything.
I
we are set. We are end game, more or less.
I have found the horrible purple circle you were talking about. That is, it's like 776.
Yeah, that's 7,000 science modules or purple sciences.
That's a lot. Yeah, let's go stomp some aliens and boost that up. Though, do we even need that many before we beat the game?
Bird was suggesting we might not need any more than that. Might have well passed what we need for the base forever. Slightly off-putting when they all light up at the same time like that.
What's productivity?
All right, well there.
Oh, extra products at the cost of. So does productivity mean you get like a 4% extra yield at the? So like every once in a while, we'll put just something extra down. Because
I believe that does mean that it makes more objects, basically.
Okay, because I have no idea. Should make productivity for purple science.
It's like
it's
like the opposite of a speed module, basically.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna make speed modules if and only if, because we don't need.
Yeah, speed means you put out more, but it costs a lot more energy, so it's not very efficient.
Well, I'm just gonna slap it down.
Efficiency just reduces energy composition while doing literally nothing else. It just makes it more energy efficient.
I'm gonna slap speed down on all three of these, just because.
I wouldn't bother.
I'm trying to get resources out of my inventory, and it was really
it's just that we're already watching the track like backfill with how fast these are already coming out.
Yeah, well, that's because we're currently not researching anything either.
Yeah, but like it's a long progression. It's like a really long meter to make purple, but then it makes 10 and spews out all 10 in a row.
That's a good point.
At some point, I guess if you want to do speed, you probably want to then also give it a second output arm to make it go out fast enough to keep up with the speed it's being made. Otherwise, it might be made a little too fast, or maybe not. It's actually still really slow.
Yeah, it takes for freaking ever. I mean, I might as well leave them down, seeing as again we have limitless resources, and it's not like it actually stops us from doing anything.
Yeah, what your problem you're having right now with your inventory being full of stuff you don't want anymore is the best part of having robots.
Yes.
Like you see in your inventory, you already have logistical trash slots. Like there are all those garbage cans in your inventory like I added at some point. We invented science at some point.
I actually don't see. Oh wait, no, I'm looking at an assembly machine. Yeah, I see it now.
It's your entire logistics area. In the logistics trash slots there, if you just dump something there, the robots will show up, take it out of your inventory, and then take it somewhere it belongs. So the idea is that you would just put a chest at each location where that kind of where you'd want that stuff to go. Like say, put a chest at the beginning of the copper ore deposition to have it be put in for smelting, and then if you have copper ore in your inventory and you're trying to get rid of it, you would just dump it into that slot, and robots would just take it to get smelted for you, without wasting anything. Because I know it's totally constantly tempting to just put a chest down and just dump everything in it and just forget about it forever because you're just sick of dealing with all the stuff that's accumulated somehow.
Can you tell drones to like grab stuff from a chest, or do you have to like manually do that?
Yes, you can do. That's what all the top slots are. Logistic slots. If you click on your logistic slots right now, you can see that you can just select any item from it. If you select an item for your logistic slots, you can then get a slider for how many you want. Robots will actually go find those objects and put them in your inventory.
Will they grab from chests first, or?
You specifically set up spots that provide. Basically, there's a thing that is the entire logistics network.
I just wanted them to clear out our like trash chests that we've had sitting around forever without me having to do
for your
work.
logistics network, you basically opt things into being part of the network by using provider chests. If something's put in a normal chest like these irons and stuff, then they'll just sit there forever. But if they put them in a provider chest, then it will physically add those to the. It'll just automatically add that to the system. So then, whenever the robots have a demand for that object, they'll check the provider chest for that object. And it's easy to put these objects over here in a provider chest because you will literally just make 4 provider chests and place them over these chests, and their inventories will automatically be transferred to the new chests.
Not bad.
Everything about it's pretty great.
I think what annoys me most, though, is you guys have been telling me about this shit for, like, literally, like, days.
Yeah.
And we still don't have it yet. It's
because it takes a while to make it to it. And I keep explaining over and over again what it takes to get them, but no one's making any steps really towards it. And I'm sort of on my own making certain things advance. Like, our big stopping point has been the fact that we didn't have the resources to make electric engines because we weren't getting enough of the various components for them. The big stopping point being the green circuits. So then that's why I spent the beginning of the session upping our green circuit output. And then after that, it was like, oh cool, we got green circuits, but now we're short on copper. So then I started upping our copper output. And like I've been actively pursuing making robots. Speaking of robots, our new problem is that, wait, what is the new problem? Wait. Bird. Dummy. Dummy bird.
Bird's broken a lot
of
things.
Bird, you dumb. Dummy, dumb. He didn't make an output for our electric system. He didn't make a place where the actual engines get put.
He didn't do a lot of things.
There was a 2-tile long tread they were being put on, and then after like a few of them were made, they were just sitting there forever.
I'm gonna.
Oh, it's like, oh no.
I'm gonna quickly fix our
this
blue
tread's facing the wrong way. There we go. Also, out of the 2 assembling machines making electric engines, one of them didn't have their pipe. You know how you have to rotate the pipe on an assembling machine to make it attach to oil and stuff?
Yeah.
He had it rotate the wrong way, so it was also just sitting there.
Oh, this is what. Wow.
We've been all set up to make electric engines for a while now, and it's just not been accepting input because it's been backed up because both of them were broken in different ways. All right, we are now making electric engines, Wander. We have 16 in a chest.
Yay!
So if you look at your status, at your screen, Wander, look at intermediate products, the one that has the big circuit and gear icon.
Yeah.
The bottom right is flying robot frame. That's basically what we need. That's why we need electric engines. You need battery, engine, steel, copper, and iron, which as you see is like, that's pretty straightforward components, right? It's just the engine basically, and stuff we're already producing. Once you have that, you can find our production robot on the 3rd to last row of the first menu is the logistic robot. And if you look at that, it's just advanced circuits added to a flying robot frame. So the hard thing is just making the flying robot frame out of the electric engine. After that, you just add circuits to it, and you have logistics robots, and that's that. And then you set that up to mass produce itself, and you even tell the logistics robots themselves to aid the process of making logistics robots, and suddenly you have an absurd amount of logistics robots, and then they start running your entire base. Great. We're so close right now. But we should stop. Because if we suddenly are producing logistics robots when Bird comes back, that would be bullshit.
I'm just fixing some of his shit. Oh, fuck.
Stuff just not building right now?
Yeah, so he disrupted our entire...
Oh. There's no
Yeah.
circuits coming into the smart inserters. I see it.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out how the hell I can fix this.
I gotcha.
Because I don't know how to get it to the other side unless...
Just feed it into that. No. Wander. Wander, why?
Look.
Broke it all.
You mean like this?
Yes. Like that. No, wait, what the... Wander...
I didn't do anything
Wander.
here. Look, you set
Okay.
that up.
You are fascinating at times. Alright, it's fine, we're fixing it,
Okay. I'm just curious.
Facing the wrong way? There we go. What the... Wait, what did I do wrong this time? That's my bad. Oops, and I'm on a track. Oh, and I'm lagging.
It's not great.
I'm getting ripped around by express transports while lagging, which makes it very confusing to
You know
walk
what?
back in this spot. Alright. Okay.
Well, at least we're producing some blue science right now.
Get a thing. There we go. That's what I was going for.
Okay.
There was some missteps.
We need to keep an eye on this, by the way. Bird ripped this up, I think, really early on in our session. And never touched it again.
Well, the idea was that Bird was... It was like I was talking about, like, it's terrifying when you are untangling wires and you realize you're going to have to unplug some of them.
Yeah.
It was kind of inevitable that he was redoing everything because it was a giant mess. And we were moving... Because we were in the process of removing the circuits and everything from the system. And so things are cleaner now, but now we have to double check everything's still working because anything could have not quite been hooked up again correctly.
Yes.
Possibility is very much there. Alright, so now we're now making fast inserters and we're making smart inserters. Smart inserters are now producing science.
So
Anything broken anymore.
Oops.
Making batteries, we're making plastic, sulfur.
Is there anything stopping me from making, like, a singular logistics robot to help me out? Or is that, like,
yes.
not possible
Yes.
without a factory?
If you look at the bottom right corner of the crafting area, there's a thing called a roboport. See the roboport?
Crafting roboport? Yes. There it is.
It has a supply area of 50 by 50 and a construction area of 100 by 100. The supply area is the range in which logistics robots work. So logistics robots only respond to anything within that range of a roboport.
I see.
So we literally have to set up a network of roboports through our entire base to make them work properly. That's also where they all recharge because they're all battery powered. So every time they go low on power, they go to the nearest roboport to recharge.
I get it.
So they're kind of your personal assistants in that the giant hive of mind will come to you to provide items or clear items as you ask them to, but they can't physically follow you around all the time because they constantly consume power just by flying. So they only fly for like a minute at a time and then go back to their local ports again, and that's also where they all rest. Or you can have like 1,000 of them sitting in roboports dormantly, waiting for the next time that the system overall requires them to do something. Basically like having an army of characters running around, physically carrying stuff around. Because sometimes the easiest thing for us to do is just to physically grab things and move them around by hand, because our system of super restrictively set up tracks don't quite do what we want right in time. So the roboport is like having like 100 people or 1,000 people all doing that at once. Just running all over your base, but not colliding with anything, and just grabbing stuff and moving it where you want it to. It's slightly hard to conceptualize, but the moment you see it working, you're like, oh, that's how it works. Like, that's how these chests work, and that's how this system works. It's all super straightforward once you use it.
Yeah. Okay. So how many do we have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20.
I have so many engines in my inventory for some reason.
There we go. That'll solve the problem. Okay. Yeah, we can do robots tomorrow, presumably.
Yeah.
Easy thing, Keith. Just assume we're starting Factorio at midnight. Because if Bird's on earlier, we'll just be doing scrap mechanic until you're ready.
Midnight? You mean
Yeah.
so 9?
Yeah, 9 for you. Because that's what we've been doing.
That doesn't match up with either of. That doesn't match up with tonight or last night.
Well,
Last night it was from 7 till 9, and it ended at midnight. And
okay, yeah.
Midnight was too late.
Last night was.
And tonight things started at like 8. Like showing up at midnight was already at that point.
Oh shit! Your train thing just got blown up.
Yeah, I'm on my way to it. Oh, yep. Took a different trajectory, and they're attacking. Oh, I don't know if I can fight these guys off.
Here. I mean, there's no reason why.
Let's see.
We could just quit.
Oh, big biters. Oh, fuck me.
Yeah.
Grenades!
I'm just gonna quit. Just keep it in mind that you have
Holy
some
shit.
arbitrary amount of time to save that base for next time.
Alright, I'm gonna have to set up a lot more walls and lasers.
Yep.
We have enemies getting mad at us.
It's understandable. I'm definitely losing all of my energy. That was fun.